Hi, welcome to Tutorials Point. So what is your life purpose? So knowing what your life purpose not only holds you moving towards the goal that you want to achieve in life, but it also can help you be connected to your own self. So what is my life purpose? I'll certainly share it in the consecutive slides, and let's begin to understand what this course module is all about and why is it important to have the life purpose definition while we are heading towards achieving the goal and want to be what you have always wanted to be. So the course module is simple: getting to know about life's purpose, its importance, and its knowing the technique of being there. Why is life purpose important? Unusual and unexpected ways to find life's purpose. How to find life's purpose, an unconventional approach and method to be there. Simple ways to discover life's purpose, that is only through simpler things where you can actually make yourself connected to your own being, can certainly help you to be there in terms of achieving the life's purpose. Life purpose quotes, well, there are few personal quotes of mine and I thought I'll share it with you all through the slides because these quotes not only are insightful, it gives you deep connection within yourself each time you go through and relate to these quotes. Moving further, secret of finding life's purpose. Why is it important? Why do you have to put in the effort to find that secret that goes behind who we are and what do we want to achieve in this world? Last review, little on the summary lines as to why and how do I go ahead and achieve it. First slide, talking about getting to know the life's purpose. So understand it's your anchor, anything that keeps you in holding and even which allows you to move ahead and further achieve what you want to achieve. So life purpose, imagine that's your anchor of your life, and that can help you achieve these segments which can be satisfying, gratifying, and really introspecting for your own self as an experience. To begin with, let's move on to find the word gratitude. Well, each time you do this particular activity or you want to go ahead and achieve this, you find it as a gratifying experience. So example, if your life's purpose is to make others happy and that gives you in turn happiness, I guess that's one of the most gratifying experiences that a person or an individual can actually go through. Moving on, envision extraordinary yourself, because you're not just an ordinary self there. I mean, you're just approving your own identity to believe to a certain creative level that yes, you can as well perform and be there and achieve the life purpose. So looking at the other segment of being disciplined, because the moment you decide that you want to be there and you want to achieve that certain set of goals, the short term or the long term goals, all you have to do is just discipline yourself, and discipline can in turn help you to achieve anything in the world. So that's one of the most important element and a quality of an individual. Fear, face it, because when you're moving towards your anchor, you might have certain challenges and certain obstacles that you have to either forego certain aspects of your emotions, or you have to still hold on to certain emotions of your life, is where you have to face the fear out there. Define your why, that is why you want to go ahead and achieve this particular goal that you've decided. Why have you shortlisted this as an anchor of your life? Moving further, renew yourself, that is have your all energy levels increased and taken up, not just to achieve what you want to achieve, but also to renew and reinvent yourself, that yes, you can do this aspect of achieving the anchor, and you can certainly do it through these segments again. Moving further, create momentum, that is not just helping your own being and being connected to your inner self. You create a momentum of happiness, and that happiness can be everlasting, and that can actually help you lead a successful life. So the next slide is on why is the purpose of life important? Have you ever pondered this question? I would really suggest you that right now, for about a moment or two, decide as to why it is important for the purpose of life. I mean, the question why, as to why do I even have to think over? Well, we all live our lives. We all do that, day in, day out. We all have, few of us have very mechanical and sedentary life where I don't even have to go to work, maybe work from home, maybe like, do certain daily chores which can be done by through mechanical, intervention, maybe doing the dishes, washing the clothes. So we all are living, that sedentary life these days. So any reasoning behind it as to what your sole purpose of your existence is? Have you ever questioned? Have you read somebody stating that this is the purpose of my life? Like bigger organizations, they come up with this statement called vision as to why they have been existing, why they're employing people, what is the very reason of making that level organization. So everybody has their own vision statement, and vision statement can actually help them define not just themselves as an employer, but also the success of the organization. Well, I remember reading Facebook's vision one point in time was giving access of the platform of communication, that is Facebook, along with the internet access. So I mean, as beautiful vision as empowering an individual, internet can certainly empower anybody. So empowering an individual, allowing the person to explore, learn, have that creativity with him, connecting people in the world. I mean, that's how the vision was for this particular organization, and I'm sure they have succeeded out there. So what is your own vision? What are you as a person, and where do you want to go? What do you want to achieve in life? And I guess whole sole purpose of an individual's existence is the purpose of life. You better decide it sooner, or maybe it can be too late for us to go ahead and decide, which might not be feasible in terms of making it practically viable to make the existence. So all you have to do is just think over, ponder over the initial slide that we just spoken about as to what other segments are connected to this main goal of your life. Does it make you happy? Does it make you sad? Is it like really challenging? Do you want to really take on the obstacles that you have encountered? So these things can certainly be there. So let's be here. Unusual and unexpected ways to find life's purpose. Well, unusual because there's something called leave that one thing. So we all get stuck to this one thing in life, maybe one thing of achieving the goal, just to be a doctor as a profession, and you just follow your dreams, you pursue your passion to be there. Fortunately, unfortunately, if it has not been destined, you either give up the whole sole purpose of your life, or either you don't live at the present moment. So basically, when I each time give you the reference of life's purpose, we are technically talking about your own present self at the moment, and not worrying about maybe for the futuristic living. And the basic premise of this particular video tutorial is we all have to pay our bills end of the day. I'm talking about being the contributor to the family, or something you have just been responsible for your own individual self. So you don't really have to worry so much about the bills. We have to pay the bills, but not worry for the bills. So the premise really talks about not being too futuristic in terms of what you want to go ahead and achieve, but living at the present moment. Connecting to your own self can lead you towards finding the own purpose of life. So the second thing is go by your heart. Well, not by your mind, but by your heart, because heart has emotions. So we are emotional beings. We all are connected on an individual level with emotions, with feelings, and with sensitivity. So you just have to go ahead and connect your own self, connect your own self, not just by emotions, but also knowing and being well aware of these emotions. The first step is more action. That is life's purpose. If I have to give it and put it in a formula, it is the action that you take plus the passion that you follow gives you life purpose. Next slide is how to find life's purpose, an unconventional method. That is, don't go behind what is being achieved, what is being said, and don't fall prey for something which has been highly stereotyped, that this particular segment cannot be achieved, or this particular task is unachievable. So you have to really break that comfort self, break yourself into something moving towards accepting it, and going ahead and achieving what has not been achieved and what is being asked, not always not to do, but what is being challenged by others with you. So you really have to question in terms of, whether I can do this particular task, and if so, why, and if not, so why, and seeking out for other individuals where they have achieved, and getting more life lessons from them. So that can certainly assist you. In this slide, we talk about simple ways to discover life's purpose. Well, simpler way, not just knowing yourself, talking to yourself and understanding what makes you happy and what leads towards your own happiness. This can be as simple as a gratifying experience of being good at charity, being charitable with the causes, and being connected to your own self, about knowing, understanding and leading towards your own happiness. So it's a very simpler approach in order to understand and lead towards understanding the why and how of your life purposes. So you have to just be there and go ahead and pick up yourself and collect yourself to be connected to your own self. Okay, so great quotes by visionaries who had vision about living, successful people in everything that they touched and they did. So let's begin with what Robert F. Kennedy has actually quoted. The purpose of life is to contribute in some way to making things better. So people who have been in the arena of helping, connecting with others, and that gives them the gratitude, and they will certainly like to connect with this particular quote. Moving to the other quote, the purpose of life is not to be happy, it is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it some difference that you have lived and lived well. So once you actually go back to your sleep in the night and you have that very peaceful experience that the day went on good, you made others happy, and others have actually got back and acknowledged your very presence out there, can certainly be there in terms of helping you. So that's on. Well, Dalai Lama has a similar approach towards life's purpose. He clearly talks about compassion. I mean, compassion can actually make you purposeful, not just for living, but also for your own self, because being compassionate doesn't mean that others are at benefit, but you are at benefit on a larger scale. The next slide is the secret of finding life's purpose. Well, what's the secret behind it? Well, the secret is just a secret for your own self. You have to be connected to yourself, see what is helping you, and maybe move towards learning, reading certain biographies, certain visionaries who have spoken in lines with kindness, humility, compassion, because all these things can certainly help you to be a better human, and it also makes you better individual on a lines, and it is also like you inspire others. So I certainly believe in my own life's purpose, that is to help facilitate somebody else's living. We all have set of challenges, we all are bounded for obstacles that we go through, which are uninvited, which are invited, but the only challenge is we do not acknowledge and recognize the fact that if you have been chosen for this particular task, which is something labeled as challenging, and I'm sure there's a reason behind it. So the reason is nothing that you have been selected to go through this as an experience and share it as a learning experience for the others. So let's all move towards being more facilitative in terms of helping others, and thereby getting the help from the others as well. In this particular slide, I would like to just conclude with one statement, that is, goodness always pays you back. So if you're good to people, it certainly comes back and certainly pays you. Thank you for watching us.